people involved with the production. Look here, I'm ready to suck the dick of a geezer or two if that's what it takes.
Season 2 of Oshi no Ko was truly something. Throughout the series, Aqua looks for his father for revenge for killing Ai. Ruby coasts by becoming the idol her mother was. In episode 8, they're performing a play from a manga. Akane wants to beat Kana by outperforming her, but at her fullest. But the real reason I chose this episode was because it stuck with me the most. Throughout Aqua's journey in the industry looking for his father, he has panic attacks. When it comes to acting with his emotions, that's when it triggers it. It brings back memories of when Ai was killed, and to this day, episode 1 of season 1 still makes me tear up. He feels so much regret and hate and sadness because he felt like he couldn't protect her. Every day he lives with the regret of not being able to save Ai. Which brings us to the reason I chose this episode. I really love the meaning behind it. While Aqua is acting, instead of using his emotions, he'll use others who are using their emotions, which will bring him out more. But this time, that didn't work. It gets to the scene where Akane is on the verge of death, and in the manga, Aqua's character fights with rage and sadness, and then we get a flashback. Instead of Aqua being able to enjoy acting, he has to hate it. He has to act with regret and hate and anger, and he uses all those emotions for this scene. All the memories of Ai. Imagine if you could go back in time to save someone you loved, or for it to not happen at all. How would you feel? In Aqua's head, he creates a time where Ai doesn't die. It makes him feel so happy that he starts shedding real tears and uses that in the last scene. After a while, Aqua finds out that his dad has been dead for years, and then he realizes there's nothing left for him to do. He finally is free from the revenge. They end up all going on a trip back to where everything started. The art in this anime and the meaning behind each episode is what makes it great. Aqua shows Akane around the area, taking her to the hospital where he worked at in his past life, where he died and where he lived. This episode was truly bone-chilling in a way. They meet back up with everyone. When it's time to go, Aqua stays and everyone else leaves. Ruby and Akane walk back together. Then they stumble across a crow, which then takes their key and they go after it. Ruby talks to Akane about dating and age gaps and tells her about Goru without really telling her about him. Eventually, they get to where the crow is, but here's the twist. The whole time, the crow is leading them to this exact spot, just so she could find Goru, dead. In some episodes, it really feels like the eyes are the main focus. Seeing Ruby's eyes start to dim after seeing Goru dead, eyes fade away after she dies. It really moves me. The Ruby with the bright star in her eyes is no more. She gets back to the hotel. Akane and Aqua are talking. He apologizes to her because he used her from the start. He was giving her hints about his past life so she could find the corpse. She then proceeds to say her goodbyes, thinking Aqua is going to break up with her, but instead he tells her she's the new person he wants to protect. Ruby ends up meeting a phantom, I'm guessing, I don't really know, telling her about who killed Ai and Goru, and who set it up, aka their father, who Aqua thought was dead but isn't. In some episodes of this anime, it was truly shocking. After that, she goes to shoot the music video, but instead of her being her loud, energetic self, she's quiet. Then we see her have the same eyes as Aqua did in the first episode of season 1. But for some reason, it helped them out in the video because it made her stand out a lot. She asked Akane about Aqua. She told her basically he's in the industry to find someone. Ruby puts 2 and 2 together. Fast forward, they get to the shrine. They all make their wishes, and Ruby's wish was that Aqua finds their father quickly. And that's the end. But not really. In the last few seconds of the episode, we see a broken phone, a shoe, then a woman covered in blood on the verge of death. This same nigga Aqua's been looking for has caught another body. Before she dies, she calls him a murderer, and then the stars in her eyes fade away, and we're left with a cliffhanger.